Hey friends, it's been a crazy busy day. So the hero analysis left for a little late in the day. Apologies for that. It's the Stakes Tower, and we have some new heroes as this below the hero graphic. It's written new. So Nyx is already launched, so introduced into the game earlier, and fortunately I was able to pull her. I've shared the video in my summons video, and now I'm going to just speak about all of them as they pop up, because or maybe I'll do the legendary first, the epic next, and the rare heroes later. So there'll be a little bit of ziggy zaggy, but I'm going to just cover all of them. So there are total 9 heroes now in the Styx summons. Let's start with the legendary. I've spoken about Nyx, so that video can be accessed. I'll put the link of that particular video in this video's description. Uh, Erebus. Erebus is a wizard class fire legendary hero. Quickly, Styx Family bonus is bonus for 1, 2, 3 heroes. This hero receives a status ailment affecting defense. When this hero receives a status ailment affecting defense, 40, 60, 80% chance to cast the received ailment to all enemies. So any ailment that they get, depending on the number of heroes that are in play, that ailment can be sent across. So that's like Lady Loki, Lalo. And there is a passive. Duration of the defense status ailments this character receives from special skills is reduced by 2 turns. So any defense ailment like defense down or impacting, any kind of I think defense down is what comes to mind. You can add in the comments if I missed something, but right now I'm a little bit of mentally blocked. So I'll just go into the description and going into the stats: 807 attack, 793 defense, and 1450 health is fantastic. It's just fantastic. This and the emblems are just going to instantly shoot it up. So stats wise, top notch. Wizard class adds to that. And then what does she do? So dark orb. The Styx speed is similar to the ninjas and the magic heroes. They have 3 speeds. So there's 100%, 200%, and 300% that you'll see. The first mana charge destroys all minions from the target and deals 470 damage to the target. Second mana charge destroys all minions from the target and deals 580 damage to the target, which is a straight snipe with that kind of a crazy attack. And the third portion of the special is the target can't summon new minions with special skills and receives 150 damage for each minion they attempt to summon for 3 turns. And at the third charge, destroys all minions from the target, 645 damage to the target, which is a killer snipe. The target cannot summon new minions if the target has survived. Especially those taunt buggers with special skills, and receives 150 damage for each minion they attempt to summon for 4 turns. So when I look at it, she is a pure sniper, and there is a minion destruction that happens before that. Little benefit against the beefy minions of Hulda or somebody like that, but she's a pure sniper that is able to snipe at very fast speed to the tune of 470. That's the main thing that I see in Erebus. And rest of the stuff is just a higher amount of charge and a little harder whack. There are much better minion killing heroes that kill all minions and stuff like that. So that doesn't impress me so much. For me, this hero, if I were to get her, I would basically be using her at the first charge, because all charges are whacking one hero and doing a little bit here and there. So the first charge itself is enough. So at very fast speed, keep whacking rather than go to the second and the third that I can think of, because it's just a harder whack. So, like, I may not go to the third charge ever with this particular hero, because I could do two snipes, 470% damage to the target, in two matches of six tiles. Simple. So, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Twice three tiles, first charge whack, twice three tiles again, second charge whack. So that's that. Yes, the benefit of Wizard, of a harder buff when Jinx activates. But I will leave it at that. Pure Jane Sniper at very fast charge. And when I look at Pure Sniper at very fast speed, she would be the best. Let's go to the next. Nemesis. Gorgeous name. Badass. So Paladin, which should actually help with better defense. That's why I see already the defense being low. This is the same basically. Status ailments are thrown and defense related ailments is reduced by 2 turns. We go into the stats: 852 attack, 758 defense, and 1406 health. So attack is like, I think, the highest that I have ever seen. And 758, I'm not surprised that the defense is a little low compared to others, because this does its thing. Let's go into the special, which is the Day of Reckoning. First mana charge deals 470 damage to the target for 3 turns each time an enemy's mana is increased by special skill, status effect, level, property, passive skills, family effect, or minion. They receive 200 damage. So if there is any increase in mana because of any reason that is listed down over here, they receive 200 damage, which is something. But this is associated with 1 at the first charge. Which is something that we have seen with Al Nadaha. She whacks 3, and if there is any attempted buff, there is a 200 damage that happens. So this is connected to the mana, 200 damage. Second charge deals 610 damage to the target. All enemies are immune to new status effect buffs for 3 turns, and attempted mana generation buffs will be replaced by minus 34 mana generation for 4 turns. Well, all enemies are immune to new status effect buffs, which is really powerful. And then obviously attempted mana buffs will be replaced by minus 34 mana generation. So this is connected to, from second charge, I think it's all enemies. Third one, 650 damage to the target. All enemies are immune to new status effect buff for 3 turns. Attempted mana buff will be replaced by minus 34. And for 3 turns each time mana blah 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 is happening, they receive 200. And enemy's mana is increased by special skills. Now this I would like to check if it applies to all enemy, all target, or because second portion is connected to all enemies. No, I think it's one. So the one who gets the whack, this second one. Now one unique thing about the Styx heroes is, if you look at the first charge and you look at the second charge, basically the first charge, second part of the first, apart from the damage part, this mana increase giving 200 damage, and immune to new status effects and mana generation buffs are replaced by minus 7. These are added in the third one. So there is a harder whack, and then the previous 2 charges, second portion of the specials are added in this to make it whack, and then there are 2 added specials. You'll see that in all the Styx heroes, and that's their design format. Now, what do I think of Nemesis? Well, she is good because there is, she's a plain Jane sniper, but she also has portion of the special that impacts the opposite all enemies in a badass way, which is they can't get buffs for 3 turns, and for 4 turns their mana generation is replaced. So these days there are quite a few Snowfords moving around, or even no, Snowford does not give a buff, he straight away adds mana, so I don't think so that is going to work. But like the Ariel, there is a mana speed up happen. So there are quite a few heroes that are giving a little moderate amount of mana and all that crap, so that gets whacked off, like a Toxicandra's mana edition, or even Alberich's, both the costume, mana improvement, increase, addition, all that gets messed up by Nemesis. But then I don't see that as something crazy because people will not take that. But immunity is free, of any opposite hero, aspect or buff causing it. So immunity to new status effect buff is fantastic apart from the snipe. Will I level her up? Well, looking at it is again very conditional, but she is good, I would say, better than the red one. Again, I would look at over here, my favorite would be the second charge. So I would aim to do I would, keep whacking with the first charge if required, but the second charge is where I would go most of the times. So I will give that a personal perspective on that also. So Nemesis, decent hero. Second charge is of value to me. Let's go to the next. I have spoken about Hypnos in my earlier video, which will be there in the description. So you can please check that out. Okay, so that part is done. And now we go to the epic heroes. So Steropes is a holy 4-star cleric, has its benefit. Styx Family, blah, bonus is the same, and the passive is again the same. We go down to the stats. So 616, 737, and 1272. So I would say the one that stands out over here is the high defense, because when you look at it, it's almost very close to what Nemesis had. So very tanky kind of a character, and you'll get an idea as we read the specials why. So his special is Mending Masterpiece. So he is really a masterpiece. All allies generate 324 boosted health over 3 turns. Okay. Boosted health can exist HP, which is cool. I think that's at very fast speeds, which is like really fast and cool. And the stats are pretty good. Tanky, so he will survive. Just 1 mana node added to health, and it goes to 1300, which is like already fantastic health. If any ally dies, and this is at second charge, if any ally dies during the next 3 turns, they are resurrected in the beginning of their next turn with 20% health. All status effect and stacks are removed when the ally dies. Wow. So they come basically clean. And this is a crazy, crazy special. There is no healing in this one, but this is a activation of a resurrection in this special. And the third is going to be a combo of the first two, first and the second, which is all allies regenerate 584 boosted health over 4 turns, which works out to almost like 195. Yeah, very clearly. And because 600 would be 150. No, sorry, 145 something. So sorry, 147. 147-ish per turn. If any ally dies during the next 4 turns, they are resurrected in the beginning of the next turn with 40% health. All status effects and stacks are removed. So you can see that the third mana charge is a combination of the previous two with a little better boosted health numbers, and the health upon resurrection is raised from 20 to 40%. Okay, this is a damn freaking good hero. And over here, when I look at it, the first part comes in really handy at very fast speed, which is very useful when I look at 4 stars who don't get mana troops in most of the play, unless I'm using Steropes in my regular play. There, of course, I can give the mana troops. But in all other play, any hero that charges in 6 tiles is fantastic. So, especially a 4-star. And I can play along with the first and the second charge, depending on how the situation is. And I could lay out, I see that there is a situation coming up, and I straight away Fire the second charge, which just lines up, a dying hero is going to resurrect because the hero will immediately die and resurrect. So it's very strategic option. I love the choice that a player is getting through this hero. I would say excellent hero. I would love to get him. I haven't got him so far. And it would be just fun to play because his resurrection and his boosted health is very useful. Okay, so the next epic, which is Brontes. Monk has the benefits. Bonus for 1 to 3 heroes is the same. Cast the ailments received. Passive is reduces the ailments by 2 turns. And when I go and see the stats, it's 690, 716, and 1130. So clearly shows that this is, the attack is on the higher side. Defense is also pretty good, but the health is lower. So some amount of health padding up will improve this guy's numbers and hence survivability. Good dose of garlic. Garlic has healing capabilities, wellness capabilities, I think across the world. Though certain moments, garlic and the cousin onion are not liked. So I will leave it to the imagination. I've heard too many sorries. Sorry, I'm garlicky and sorry, I'm oniony. Whereas I come from India. I don't give an F about garlic and onion. It's normal stuff. Now, having said that, let's get back to the special, which is good dose of garlic. First mana, recovers 25% health for the caster and nearby allies. And this is where half of my mood goes off. What the fuck? This is impact 3. Impact me and nearby. Caster and nearby enemies get plus 24 mana generation for 2 turns. So, okay. This increases to 35% at the second charge and increase the mana of the caster nearby. So this is, and from mana generation, it moves to addition. So straight away, there is an increase of the caster nearby, 10%. Third mana charge is obviously the combo of the previous two, which is 55% health, very high percentage of health for the caster and nearby allies. Increases the mana of the caster and nearby allies by 30%, and caster and nearby allies get plus 40% mana generation, which is like crazy. So, third mana charge would be typically slow speed, and this is like crazy, really, really useful. But still, strategically, good use, and 25% healing at very fast speed is awesome. I mean, that's where, even if the hero is impact self and nearby, it carries a lot of weight. I mean, really beneficial. And the second mana is good, 35% health to all three. And there's a straight mana addition to the 3. So that's useful. So the little handicap is self and nearby, but the specials makes it really cool. And I feel that more so on the, I would say, offense. If I'm in control, I can really play these specials really well. So I would not have the guts to use this guy on defense for sure, because it's just impacting 3. But then, somebody may come out with some innovative stuff, which I'm open to learning. But that's my understanding as of now. I'll proceed forward in the interest of time, and let's check this third fellow. Okay, there's nothing to check, but yeah, I will read, which is Argus. Argus is obviously Jinxie Wizard. Family bonus and passives the same. Stats 663 attack, 637 defense, and 1357 health. So health is really high, attack is good for a 4-star, and defense is okay, or I would say fairly good. Potion cocktail. So yeah, let's see what's this. First mana charge, 165 damage to the target nearby, which is again impact 3. Caster nearby get plus 30 attack. So yeah, that's a good thing to have. If we move to the second one, which is deals 215 damage to the target nearby, and the enemies get minus 34 defense for 3 turns, which is fantastic, which means the next one is going to be Really cool, which is 365 damage to the target and nearby enemies. Now this comes really well into play for where? Events. Regular play, of course, but in events, all the three specials are hit 3. So they really come into play, come in handy. And this last one is like real badass. Of course, nobody's going to wait in the events till the third charge. That's like too much of charging up and too much of, battle items being used. But first one can come in handy if this hero is prepared as a hit 3. Because at very fast speed, you're whacking at 165 if this 663 can be really raised through the emblems and even limit broken. So that's an idea for whoever wants to try. The last one is the combination of the first two. Mana charge that deals 365 damage to the target nearby, which is damn good. Cast and nearby allies get plus 50% attack for 4 turns, and target and nearby enemies get minus 44 defense for 4 turns, which is fantastic. But I doubt I will ever use this guy there. I will stick to this 30% attack up and 165 damage to the target and nearby if I'm unless I have all the time to go up to the third charge. So that's what comes to me. The first and the second charge is where there's a damn faster utility, because these days the game has become much faster. Waiting till eternity is a luxury that we don't have. So that's Argus, damn good hero. And so let's go in the beginning and start with the 3-star over here. Virgil. Virgil is an ice rare hero, cleric, which is cool, beneficial. This is the same. This is the same. 413, 495, and 976. All 3 stats are pretty good to start off with. I would say a little addition straight away makes him tanky. Now, Poet's Protection. Oh wow, poetic. First mana charge recovers 15% health for all allies. I like the word all allies. All allies get plus 40% defense against nature for 2 turns, which is fair enough. Because if he's put in as a tank or even as a flank, this is very fast speed. He's recovering 15% health and saving the ass of the team. Let's see what second mana is. Recovers 25% health for all allies, and all allies get plus 54 defense against special skills for 3 turns. Which means in the next one, 45% health for all allies, which is very high. And all allies get minus 94%, all allies get plus 94% defense against nature for 4 turns. And plus 74% defense against special skills for 4 turns. Oh gosh, this is really good. How will I use? It's a combination of first and the second combined to create the third one with higher numbers. Where will I use? I'll use the first and the second very, very clearly, depending on the situation. Very good hero and good use in the 3-star format. Let's go. Okay, and that's Dante. What does Dante do? He dodges, and that's what makes him cool. Same. Let's look at the stats, which is 537, 472, and 709. So health is clearly on the lower side because he's a hitter. His attack is high, and defense is, I would say, fairly good, which means defense and health is what I would do early on to ensure that this 709 goes up to upwards of 800 so that there is some amount of survivability. And let's go into the special, which is Dante's Inferno. What is that? First mana charge deals 105 damage to all enemies, which is good. The attack bypasses defensive buffs. This includes counter attack. So at the 3-star level, I don't remember too many counter attacks. So okay, but the important factor is hits all at very fast speed. I would have liked the second mana charge to be a little higher than that 125. 150 would have been better. Deals 125 damage to all enemies. Attack bypasses defensive buffs. including counterattacks. All enemies receive 120 burn damage over 3 turns. So he does 3 things. So the first one, the first mana charge is blah, and this one is covering the first and adding the burn damage. So let's see what he does on the third one. 205 damage to all enemies, and that actually justifies what I was thinking, that it should be somewhere around 140 or 150, but 140 would be really fine. Attack bypasses, and the damage increases, the burn damage is higher by a bit. So I doubt whether I would ever go on to the third charge for this fellow. It'll be basically the first charge, and first charge whack, again first charge whack. Maybe if I have the luxury, I'll go to the second. So that's, one thing which is common coming out in all these heroes, that, the first charge is where I would personally use the fellow when I'm playing, but I would surely level up Dante because hits all, high attack, which will get enhanced with emblems, and I would limit break him also. He's a 3-star. And Dodger, which is dodgy guy, is always welcome into the roster. So I think we have covered everybody. The good part is these are damn good heroes. So I would say congratulations to whoever has got. I will congratulate myself for getting her. Damn good. And I love this first portion of the special, which is now with Nix's arrival, I am able to build a team of very fast fellows who charge up in 6 tiles, which really is going to add to fun. I remember one fellow YouTuber doing that particular video of the team charging in 6 tiles. So I have a similar team, which should be absolute fun to see how that goes. Okay. Having said that, I would say good heroes, worth trying. Congratulations for pulling the hero that you like, or any of the heroes, because for all kinds of play they are handy and useful. And good luck in case you're planning to pull, that you get the hero of your choice. And thanks for watching. I hope you got value. Please do share your thoughts in case there are any misses. I'm open to learning and understanding in case I miss something or I can improve something, because I'm also a fellow player. I'm not a know-it-all. I apply my rational and logic based on the experience of the game that I have been playing for 32 months. So that's that. And believe me, I learn quite a bit from others. So I do watch other players' videos and listen to their rationale and learn from things. So there's that. So take care and see you in the next video. Cheers.